So what are you guys dressed as?
Welcome back to Barnzey Burns Down the World, everybody. We're here again. It's me, Moss Man. I'm dressed up as your favorite character, Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball Z.
What does Mr. Satan sound like? Because you did a good impression before, I think.
I'm the martial arts champ, Mr. Satan.
Sounds awfully like friend of the show, Mr. Sports.
That's right. That's right. It's a little bit different. It's like an American sort of voice.
Yeah, the ethnicities is very important. It's very
Absolutely. I beat Cell in the Cell games. That's right. Yep. See?
That's right. That's very good.
There you go.
Right. Well, I'm
Mr. Sports, but he's not from New Jersey.
Was Mr. Sports ever from New Jersey, or did we establish that in backstory?
Now he is.
He
is from New Jersey, and we must retcon his voice. I must go back and re-record. Mr. Sports. I don't know how to do it in New Jersey.
That's alright. That's okay.
So, Barnzey.
Now, you might be wondering, wow, that looks awfully like famous cannibal,
Famous
serial
celebrity.
killer, all-around great guy, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Wow.
And you'd be correct, as I'm Jeffrey Dahmer. This is I've kept this secret.
Yep.
I've been in the closet for so long, and now it's time officially to come out.
Which is funny
as
because Jeffrey Dahmer was gay.
Yes, he was. He was very gay. He was known for being gay, actually.
I just watched some of that documentary, and the black guy was sucking on his finger.
It is actually a dramatized retelling of the story.
Right. So that didn't actually happen, right?
Well, it could have.
It might not have been a black guy.
Yeah.
No.
No,
So,
it was actually.
So, okay,
that part was real.
I'm glad you brought up Jeffrey Dahmer, so now we can get into the history and what we know about him.
But before we talk about that,
Yes.
we got someone else sitting here. We got
Do we?
the Dark Lord. Over
Oh, yeah,
there.
that's right.
The Dark Lord, Looch Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker, that's right, yes. We tried to, you want to address how we tried to construct the lightsaber?
Wait, what is it? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought this lightsaber for $40 from Target.
We just
Target
immediately
or Kmart.
$40
butchered
from
it.
Target.
Yeah.
Looks cheap
What do you
as
mean butchered
shit.
it?
Well, we took it to the backyard, and the blade wouldn't come off, so we brought out the gardening axe. And
That's not butchering it. That's
That is butchering
enhancing it.
enhancing it, right. Well,
Give it a sharp edge.
turns out that it just disassembles, and we could have just unscrewed it.
You fucked up the blade.
We did. We
Yeah.
chopped up a fair bit, but it's okay.
Well, at least I just got the lightsaber.
Yes.
Why did you spend $40 on that though?
I'm dedicated to my costume.
That's right. As is.
That's why I've got a left-hand glove instead of a right-hand glove.
You know, you can
I'm
actually
near the
get
footage.
you can actually get like proper like
I've got a
dueling.
right-hand glove.
Yes.
Yeah, you can actually get like proper dueling lightsabers, like for about what I think lowest price around 200 or something.
Well, see, here's the difference, though. He bought this about an hour before the party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the party that we're about to talk a little bit about.
But no, I'm just saying you can actually like fight people with them.
Yes, yeah, like
In
they're
real-
made for
in real-
combat.
yeah.
With like our friends' lightsabers who we played with once, and
Oh, that was funny.
That was
a
funny.
story.
It took an hour to like break this multi-$100 lightsaber.
Oh yeah, because that was a collectible lightsaber. We were fighting with his foam swords.
And the
that he
foam
got.
swords destroyed it.
No, it was just us like whacking the thing around.
Well, there were scuff
that
marks all
destroyed
over it.
but-
We destroyed it.
Well,
The swords broke as well. Basically, we weren't supposed to be doing what we were doing, and it was a fucking
it was
miracle.
it was great though.
It was great.
It was
we
fun.
Yeah.
We got to get some of those dueling lightsabers. That was actually really fun that one time.
We can revisit some Star Wars stuff later on in the
Right,
show. I've got a
right.
very packed itinerary for this episode.
I'm just saying, because there's some guy right here sitting in his Skywalker suit.
Yes,
you know?
and we're setting it up for later.
Fine.
Yes.
Fine.
So anyway, back to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Back to Jeffrey Dahmer. So we actually
Just
had
a cool guy.
We had a cool all-around guy. Very what's the word? That's not the word. because-
Stand up.
Very stand-up
Very
guy.
Party
stand
animal.
up. Yeah.
Party
Party
animal.
animal.
He's big on the drugs.
Drinks and whatnot.
He is.
you know.
He loves his drinking. He actually, one of his victims, he did not say, I could have killed the guy. I don't know. I woke up next to his dismembered corpse, but I was blackout drunk. I cannot prove it, but I'll tell you about the other 15 people I've killed.
Well, there you go.
How that happened, like he drank too much, and he also, because he drugs his victims
Yeah.
to, like, I guess, slow them down. And what ended up happening was he drank the wrong cup and just drugged himself.
Oh,
They'll show it in the show when you get to it, because I think I saw you watching it, and you're interested now. Like, you want to see.
yeah, the show's good.
Yeah.
Like, the show is just well done. You know. The music and just the way it's all constructed and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a.
We'll jump into more detail in that very shortly. But yeah, no, we hosted a Halloween party over here. It
What a fun time.
had a really good fun time. Lots of drinking.
No, it was great whenever you were serving drinks because at least you had all the attention on you.
I would purposely go out and serve people drinks. It was great.
Yeah, it's like,
You had everyone's attention.
Yeah.
And you weren't even the one that made the punch.
No, not even. But it's like, I was like, did you spike this? It's like, well,
Well, I didn't even make it.
maybe.
no. It's like, I was going around with this
Bag of cocaine.
This bag of... No, this is not cocaine. This is sugar. And
that's shit.
I would go around like while holding it discreetly in one hand and serving people with drinks in the other. It was a good laugh.
Yeah, it's good fun.
I remember having just made it.
Yeah.
And you come past
Yeah.
after I taste tested it. And I'm like, man, stay away from me. Because I don't know what I put in my own drink because of you.
You can make all sorts of drug jokes.
Like, your costume is scary realistic, man.
Yeah, no, because like after like shaving how I guess what his facial hair looks like, I've got similar facial structure to Evan Peters, the guy who played Jeffrey Dahmer in the latest series.
Like, it's fucking terrifying,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, you look.
So, like-
yeah, it's so good.
So like with the wig and the glasses, all I have to do is look into the camera like this, and it's like I'm an actor.
Evil.
I'm an actor now.
Wow.
That's it. I act. What
Yeah,
do
that's
I?
how it works.
Yeah.
How much are you getting paid?
I don't want to talk about it.
No money, no bitches.
No money, no bitches, nothing.
Just drugs.
Yeah.
Just drugs.
Well, the thing I would do, I would pretend to punch people. So I wouldn't punch them. I just go like,
Whoa, I was expecting
That was
it to
close.
Oh,
just-
that was close.
so
close.
quick.
I
you
wasn't
didn't
even looking.
Kudos
No.
to your control.
You could have actually punched him
I
just
could have
then.
hit him in the nose.
Yeah, kudos to your control. Don't try it again. Don't try it again. Fuck.
There you go.
Like,
I feel a bit goofy this
Oh.
episode. No,
You seen Karate Kid too?
yeah, I've seen Karate
That's
Kid
a good
too.
one.
Oh, I've done that to someone.
Honk.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, so actually,
Yeah,
okay.
actually.
So when Luch and I used to do
Toby. Uncle Toby's.
Uncle Toby's oats, yeah.
Yeah.
So I wasn't gonna say the name.
No, because he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know. So
So it's
Oh,
just,
just
he's
bleep
just
out
referred
the
to as
Toby.
Uncle Toby
yeah, Uncle Toby
from Cadets.
from
Yeah,
Cadets. Okay, so we used to do Cadets in like years ago.
We used to shoot guns and like shoot at like Russians
Yes,
and whatnot,
yeah,
and like
shoot
defend
guns,
the
go
country and
camping.
like salute and the
Yeah.
national flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do any of that stuff. Instead, we
Well-
would just prank Uncle Toby.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah.
So, well, like part of Cadets was like there was like parades, saluting,
Being
marching,
child soldiers like an
discipline.
MGS5.
No, but like kind of.
Snake,
Yeah,
don't
but
kill
60%
those
of
child
the time-
soldiers.
60% of the time, it was just fucking around.
Yeah.
You know you can kill child soldiers in MGS5. You can like knock him out with his like flying fist robot glove.
That sounds very appealing to me.
It's really funny.
So, Barnzey,
It's like Snake.
what did you
Snake,
do to
you don't
Uncle Toby?
kill him, and you can just do that. It's so. Oh, I don't know if you can kill them, but
yeah.
you can knock him out with the robot glove.
That's
It
good.
like flies around. You can control it.
Tell
Yeah.
my fucking story here, Moss.
I'm just saying that's like what you guys did. You were like with the experimental technology.
It's okay, just go.
Oh, fine.
I put chloroform on my glove.
All tricks of the trade.
Okay, great. Now you can
Alright,
tell the story.
fine.
So we
Before
used to
you
go.
wake
We went to cadets, and we like to be marching, so like pretend to be soldiers. But every so often they'd have camping trips, and there was this one guy who would like take it way too seriously.
He'd grab a stick. He'd be like, "Attention!" and he'd like.
Well,
Flip
no,
the
kind of
cigarette.
like he would order around anyone who was a lower rank than him, just
That's
because he had the
retarded.
authority over them. But also, he was a small dude.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
even like the people he had authority over still would fight back on him.
Yeah, of course,
Like,
because he's like
Just
a
beat
little
him up or something.
Yeah,
Well, not
you
even
could.
that. You obviously don't need
Yeah.
to do that, but
So there
that's
was
just funny to imagine. It's like, do this, and he just gets. You just get beat up.
you still had to follow laws, and he still had some level of authority.
Yeah.
But it was very not questionable. You could easily take the piss out of it because of how much disrespect everyone had for him, just as a person.
Oh, we crossed the line back, but before we go to that one, you tell yours.
Okay,
So
so
what you did to Uncle Toby.
there was one time where he was ordering around recruits to like pitch his tent, something that he should have been doing.
It's fucking ridiculous, man.
So stupid.
And they were recruits. They didn't know what they were doing, and he was getting in their faces. And I was I was in the same authoritarian position as he was. So I go up to him, like, "Hey mate, like, what do you do?" And it was phrased differently. It wasn't that nice, but I was like, "Hey, like, what's going on here?" And he tries to square up to me by getting right in my face, going, "Do we have a problem?" The thing is, though, his eyeline it's like this. So he's much shorter.
I was
He's like
taller
looking
than him.
up at you.
Yeah.
And that's coming from me.
Yeah, like Looch was taller. So he like gets in my face, like, "Go on, what are you gonna do?" And so I did the Karate Kid thing, to go, and there's like we're surrounded by like all the recruits and shit, and they they lose their fucking mind.
You're a terribly good example for that.
Yeah.
It's like stand up to your boss and be an idiot about it.
Yeah, it's like, go on, I'm going to diffuse the situation with a bit of humor and I guess invading personal space by honking his nose.
I imagine it's like he does like the video game Ragdoll where he just dies.
Nah.
He's like, "Ugh."
He took a step back in shock and then stormed off because like, what is he going to do? What's he going to do?
like
If
scared.
you were to get
He's scared.
disrespected like that,
Yeah, boss.
what are you going to do?
When you're being serious, I don't know
Yeah.
what you can do.
Yeah,
really.
exactly.
At that point, it's just you're better off just just leave.
So we took it one step further. I think I've told you this story before, but we went on Biv. This was after you...
Biv is camp, it's short for bivouac.
Yes. This is after... I think this was after you left the 2016 Biv.
Yep.
So we're all pitching tents, and he was in our flight pretty much. And so we had our tents near him.
Which is group.
Yeah. And so we were like, all right, let's fuck with him. We saw a dead animal on the... whatchamacallit?
Real
the
quick,
bark.
before I interrupt, are you sure that your microphone's recording?
Yeah.
Definitely sure?
Yeah, it's still going.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you hit record after you did the test, and I didn't want to get too far in before we decided.
Imagine that. You just hear the echo of my voice.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole time. But it's okay. It was a short amount of time, and we can fix it.
But anyway, because
Continue.
we were camping in a forest.
Dead
right?
animal. Now you have Jeffrey Dahmer's attention.
Yes.
Yes. So we were camping in a forest, and so on the bark, we saw this dead animal. And we're like,
Allegedly.
hey, allegedly dead. Allegedly deceased. And so we decided, hey, let's put this thing in his tent. It was a dead lizard. He spent 10 minutes crying about it.
Now, hang
Oh
on. We
my
haven't really
God.
quite painted the picture. This guy wasn't a good guy.
No,
Like,
he's not a good guy, so he had
No.
it coming to him. But like, it's just funny that a dead lizard in someone's tent. So like, he was very bossy that weekend too, especially like on the bus and shit. And like on a 3-hour bus trip, you can't escape.
I know exactly the type of authority. So it's like, do you know how in a corporate scenario you have the workers, you have middle management, and then you have the higher ups. And middle management thinks they've got more authority than they actually do. Like power goes to their head.
Yeah, so
that's the
it's
kind
like,
of personality
No,
type.
what's it called?
imagine-
micromanaging.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
I imagine it's people slightly higher than the workers, not even middle management. It's
Yeah.
like just like they got
Just a
one
little bit,
position above.
and they pretend that they're like this
Yeah,
high up.
yeah,
It's like with certain people and with certain scenarios, you kind of do have to micromanage when you're in that position.
Yeah.
But this
the
guy
micromanaging
was
wasn't-
not getting paid for
well, it's
it.
not the micromanaging
And
thing either.
we're all
It's
like 16, 17, allegedly.
Yeah, all children. we're all kids. Yeah.
Yeah, we hadn't even finished high school yet.
Yeah.
And this kid was like bossing us around. He was being a dick. He was like making people feel
Isn't he younger than us as well?
Yeah, he was. He was making people feel uncomfortable. It was
Shut
essentially...
up. Do your homework.
It was essentially glorified
Go to
bullying.
sleep. Go. It's your bedtime, little boy.
It was a bully with power. And it was like, all right, now fuck with this guy.
Yeah, no. So no, it
like-
wasn't a good guy. We should have.
But the power's just artificial.
We should have put this at
too.
the start, the disclaimer at the start.
That's
Now
okay.
we just look like dicks, which we are, but...
Well, okay.
Which we are, and we
But
hate
we're
him, and we
dicks
hate people,
when it
and
comes
we're-
to justice.
Yes, a
When it
little
comes to
bit.
justification.
What's the point of
Right.
justice if you don't have a bit of fun while you're at it?
Exactly.
right.
That's
exactly.
like that's the mythos of Batman.
justice. We love justice. That's what he says.
He does say it.
He hated whenever we would like be sitting. So we would, on our Wednesday nights, we would always have, what was it called when we would have like, not admin shit, we'd just be in the classroom.
I guess
doing theory.
like downtime or like
We
classes.
would do theory, like classes,
Playtime.
and like
Yeah, I don't know. They had some sort of
'Cause it
formal
was-
name for it because everyone was
Free time.
listen. Everyone was playing military. Like,
essentially.
that's what it like. There's the uniforms. There's like follow the schedule.
Except you don't get
this
a
is your
gun.
rank. Yeah, like this is your ranking of authority. But like it's all children.
Everyone was playing military, and then there was you, me, and the boys, and we were just kicking down trees on camps and shit.
Hey.
Allegedly kicking down trees.
We don't
on
kick down
camps.
trees. That's illegal.
But
yeah,
might
so-
actually, hang on, it might be like in terms of the laws of the
Kicking down
conservation of
sticks.
areas, that might actually be illegal.
So allegedly,
Allegedly.
we didn't disclose the location.
We
of where
shot down
were.
trees with our guns and
Yeah,
whatnot.
the trees were pests. They were
Exactly. They were in our way.
We were controlling the
Yeah,
environment.
exactly.
They were in your
Environmental
way,
control.
it's
we
fair
were
enough.
Thanosing the trees.
I don't know why you're getting so
Exactly.
defensive.
Allegedly.
I don't know why you're getting
If
so
we
defensive.
destroy
about it.
half of the trees, the other half will prosper and grow.
That's right, yes.
Or maybe none of these stories ever happened.
It's all about population
It's
control.
all in our head. It's all.
But here's- yeah, exactly. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Take that jumpsuit off before you say that shit.
Yeah, man. You better calm down.
Hey.
Uncle Toby, he hated this one. Every time we were in class and he would like go through the role, and you know how very like what's the word? Stuck up or
Mm.
up himself.
Up himself, that's
about
correct,
the
yeah,
role.
yeah.
It has to be
Oh,
done
yeah.
properly. Yada yada.
Yeah.
Whenever you would call our name, and we would all go. We would all just be like, "Present." Fucking hated
And
that.
he's like, "Stop that! You need to be proper. You need to take
Another
this
thing, because we were
seriously."
young, everyone's voices would break constantly,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he was.
Even in high school, teachers didn't hate us going present. It's like, oh yeah, they're just fucking around.
Yeah.
This kid, hey, what's your attitude?
Yeah.
I just told you I'm here.
What's your attitude, cadet?
That's
what it was.
He's
Yeah.
so condescending.
Oh
yeah,
my
dude.
God.
Yeah, mate. No, he wasn't cool
He
at
wasn't
all.
a good bloke. We've spent 20 minutes just ranting about this fucking guy.
Just do the thing that they did in Full Metal Jacket. You know, the character Pyle.
Yeah.
What they did in that movie is when he's sleeping, pretty much all the guys, they like held him down in bed and then hit him with like soap in rope. No, not in rope. In
Like a bag?
No, in their
Pillowcase?
pillows. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so that it doesn't leave any like marks and all that shit. So there's no evidence that they did anything.
Is that you legally recommending assault?
No.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, I'm just saying that that's what happened in that movie.
And you're saying that we should do that?
No, I'm just saying like
It was an option.
that could happen to people. That has happened to people.
We'll talk more after the podcast.
No, but yeah, that's something that people have done and that people do to people who are snitches
Yeah.
and bitches.
Another
and
common mafia tactic is like a baseball bat and a phone book.
So how does that work?
So I think the phone book distributes the hit in a way that doesn't leave markings as well, and the baseball
Right.
bat means that you can get the power behind the swing,
Yeah.
so that you can actually like do some like decent damage.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's actually another thing like that. Basically, you get a shotgun, right? You get a shotgun, and you replace the
Know about this one.
yeah, you replace the shell. You get like you get rid of the ball bearings and that in there, and you replace it with like rock salt.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
yeah.
it leaves the wound, but it all.
Did we watch the same like Vice
probably watched
interview
it- yeah, we
with
probably watched
the
the
same
same.
gangster where he's like, "Hey, he's like
Back,
British shit."
back in my day,
Back in my day, if we
we
had a
fucking
problem-
assault people with shotguns with rock salt in
It's
them,
like, and it would tear up the flesh,
and
but
it would
the
tear
salt-
them up real bad.
The salt would dissolve, so
Yeah, that's
so
what
it wouldn't.
is.
There would be no remains left, and there'd just be a hole in the leg.
So there's no evidence. So the coppers, they can't fucking arrest us.
Yeah, like we play Peaky Blinders.
We
he
play
was one of the
Peaky Blinders and we fucking
Peaky
shoot each
fucking
other in the leg
blinders.
and whatnot, and we can't get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no proof. There's no what bullets. It was salt. Yeah.
But there's no way of knowing. How the hell are they going to know that there's salt in there?
Yeah. Basically, don't
He
assault.
just has a hole in his fucking face.
His leg. His leg. They shot him in the leg, so they couldn't walk.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Also, your bloody accent's blimey atrocious.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So is yours.
Yours is
what the
worse.
fuck was
Oh,
that?
What the fuck was that? What the hell was that
What
about?
the fuck was that, mate? Go on,
With my
explain.
accent, I'm trying to be British here.
Fuck you trying
We're
to
on
say
Tuesday
that?
here, we got the fish and chips. God save the Queen. King. Oh, say, can you see?
What, you think you're the king of fish and chips, eh?
Wait, what's the British song?
Um,
That was Star Spangled Banner.
yeah, you were singing the wrong
Oh,
one.
say, can
Please
you see?
continue.
We went on such a fucking.
I don't even know what the
de-evolution.
other lyrics are.
That's right. No one knows.
I just
Except the
know, oh,
Americans.
say, can you see?
All right.
That's it.
Well, speaking of Americans, you know who was American? Jeffrey Dahmer. And,
was,
he was
yeah.
known as the Milwaukee Monster or the Cannibal of Milwaukee.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah, that is so because he would, I guess, drug, kill, fuck, and eat people in that order.
Yeah.
But that's just
That's
fact.
pretty monstrous. That is,
It's like when
yeah.
we played in high school. Who would you kill, marry, and fuck? And I'd be like, oh, I'd kill, marry, and fuck this person in that order.
I don't know.
so you're saying you're Jeffrey Dahmer?
No, allegedly
Hey,
not.
that is offensive.
You're real. You're cancelled now, buddy boy.
So,
Okay, I haven't even
He is a
started.
gay man.
so
You can't
actually,
say that.
here's a fun fact. When he was arrested in 1991, it was very popular for people to dress up as him for Halloween, and honestly,
Oh.
I think that is disgusting.
That
That use of that
is
word.
so evil. Oh right, yes.
Yeah, whoops, sorry. I broke the rule. Oh, well, fuck
You
it.
gotta beat that.
Only a fool would mimic Jeffrey Dahmer on Halloween.
That's right. You're
Only
basically...
a fool.
Only a fool would ask for that much trouble.
Yes, they would. Jeffrey.
Can I get a drink?
Yeah. Please.
Oh.
Perfect.
Perfect. Wait a minute.
Yeah, you can just. There's a
Wait
hole.
a minute.
Yeah.
There's a hole in your mouth. You can just.
No, not just that. It's just Jeffrey
Wait a
Dahmer made his
sec.
drink.
Wait a minute. Is there something in this?
Why aren't you having your drink, Moss? Please
Oh.
drink up.
Don't worry about
Okay,
what's in it.
fine. All right.
Don't worry about what's in it.
Stop doing that.
Oh, jeez! I thought I was
Ow.
a monster.
That's my
You
mustache
never
you
remove a
just
man's
ripped
facial
off.
hair. That is disgusting, and I eat people.
Mouth hole's not big enough for the drink cup. Look what you did, man. Now I don't have a mustache.
Would eat 15 people, but he would never take a man's mustache.
That is just disrespectful.
True. What? What are you guys
okay.
laughing at?
Okay.
Yeah, dude. No, actually, I read an interview about with the actor Evan Peters, and he's like, "Oh,
I've only killed 14 people.
yeah, no." He's like,
I
"Oh, I
would
have
kill
to
the
get."
8 and his old 14 people.
Yeah, he's like, he goes, "Oh, I had to put myself in a very dark place to prepare for this role. You know, it was very difficult for me. I had to go and seek out therapy. It was such a traumatizing experience that
See, that's what
I
a
don't
lot
know how I
of
would recover."
that's
Yeah.
what a lot of good dedicated actors do. You like it's
Because
very
they
well,
get into the
well-
mindset. They get into the mindset of a killer.
It's very
Listen.
well renowned for Heath Ledger. Like it's very well renowned that Heath Ledger.
Yeah, Evan Peters did play Heath Ledger very well. As
Silence.
the Joker.
You will stop talking.
Fine.
This is a podcast. It's got one job.
I
talk.
need to talk. I can't.
You will stop interrupting me.
Okay.
Heath Ledger would spend 6 months isolated from all of humanity.
The point I was going to make is what a
That's why he
pussy
died.
bitch. What a
Wow.
little bitch. I have to take therapy
Well,
for
it is
pretending
true.
to be a serial
It is
killer.
true. You're playing him right now, and you don't need therapy.
That's
That's
exactly
what's
right.
gonna get you cancelled. Not for dressing up as
That's
Jeffrey
right.
Dahmer, for
Look
calling
at
out
me.
Evan
Oh,
Peters.
boo-hoo with my millions of dollars. It was so fucking traumatizing. Shut
It's
up.
not about the money, man.
This is bullshit. It is
not about the
He's an
money.
actor. It is like he's just he's
They're people too.
He is
But
playing
him
pretend.
Going through the therapy is what got him more millions of dollars.
Listen,
millions more
They're
dollars.
people as well, don't you see, Barnzey?
Give me $1 million and I just $1 million. I will pretend to be a serial
You'll
killer.
do literally anything.
Well, not literally anything, but there's a very,
You become a serial killer for
very
real.
wide.
See,
There is a-
Josh is that dedicated. Sorry, Jeffrey is that dedicated.
Yeah.
Jeffrey is that dedicated to the role that he would actually kill people.
Mr. Dahmer is
Without
very dedicated.
It's called method acting.
That's right.
All right, and I take my job.
How many people did
very
Evan
seriously.
Peters kill for the show?
I believe he only killed 3. You know, he was.
yes.
It was like it was.
That's not good
Very,
enough,
very
you
low.
see.
But you see, that's
Because he didn't kill 3 people, he killed, what,
It's
like
only
15?
enough to get him like mentally
16.
prepared for the
So
role.
no, it was
Not
17.
too much.
So yeah, the actual story you'll find it, you'll watch it in the show. But
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just like
yeah.
give you a quick rundown. So the first person it was found guilty of, I think, manslaughter because he didn't intend to kill the guy, but he did swing a dumbbell at his head.
Which
So he
would-
picked up. So he found it was a hitchhiker that he liked watching run by.
Yeah.
Sorry, a jogger, and then he was going to like. His plan was to hide in the bushes with a baseball bat and knock him out, but he didn't think that far ahead, and he like bitched out on it. So the next time he saw there was a hitchhiker trying to go to a concert, so he picked him up, took him back to his house, and he's like, "Hey man, like let's lift some weights." And the guy's like, encouraging him and shit because he's doing him a favor. He's gonna like take him over to where he's gonna go. So Jeffrey tries to like hit on him, and the guy's like, "No, I'm not gay," and tries to leave. And then as he leaves, Jeff gets mad, and when Jeff gets mad,
Jeff gets mad.
Jeff gets really mad. So,
Wake up, Jeff.
so he swung
I
a
was just
dumbbell.
like that,
Yeah. So out of impulse, he swung a dumbbell at the guy's head, and
Jeff, you have to wake up.
and then when he
Jeff.
realized what he did, he's like, "Fuck! Now I have to kill him." So in the trials, I believe he was found. Like the intent was completely different to the other 16 kills that he did.
Right.
So he was actually only found guilty of 15 of those kills because one of them, I think did I say it before on the podcast or in person?
Of these kills. This is going to be the new
You
kill
both said
count.
one of them
Yeah.
was he couldn't prove because he
Yeah.
drugged himself.
Yeah. So that's right. Yeah, he drugged himself and he woke up next to the corpse and he was like, "Oh fuck, did I do this?" Even though he had
I
done it,
must
like,
have.
3 previous times. Yeah, but like that was part of his statement to the police.
Whoops.
Yeah, well, kind of.
That'll give me a lighter sentence, I think.
Yeah.
If I say that I drugged myself and
Yeah.
then fell asleep.
Yeah. Actually,
time.
fun bit of news. The last victim, the guy who escaped, who would have been the 18th person, who went and told the police and then brought him back to the apartment, which led to the arrest.
Good old Tracy.
Yesterday was arrested for murdering someone.
Well, the victim, the alleged 18th victim.
Yeah. So, like...
There you go.
He
30
gets,
years later, he kills someone. He wants to know what it feels like.
Yeah, like he was observed pushing someone over a bridge in Milwaukee and...
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he just like...
Maybe it's just Milwaukee. Maybe it's not the people.
It's all the
Milwaukee.
all the Milwaukeeans.
That's right. Red letter media
Milwaukeeans.
in Milwaukee.
Actually, they did a review for the Jeffrey Dahmer series, and it's been on my watch list. So I'm curious what they think about it, because I don't know if you know, they live in Milwaukee. They operate out of that city.
They knew him.
They knew him personally.
They knew Jeffrey Dahmer.
They didn't actually, but they would have been around. They would have been around at the time.
They're gay and they're
so
and they're from Milwaukee. What's
yeah, but no, the fact that here's another fun thing.
fun?
So yeah, it's fun, very fun.
That's a word to describe
Jeffrey
it.
Dahmer is a fun topic.
It's a fun
He's
guy.
a very fun guy.
Yeah.
He's known for he clubs. He
kills and he
He
hits
clubs
and
and
he
clubs.
maims and
He clubs and he clubs.
tortures and he all that. Yeah.
He's a party animal.
Ah yes, I see.
Yeah.
He watches The Exorcist 3.
Part of his statements was he would relate more to the villains. So his favorite movies was Return of the Jedi and
Because of
The
Emperor
Exorcist 3.
Palpatine. That's why he had the yellow
loved the
contact
Ewoks.
lenses.
Yes, and he would watch The Exorcist 3 on a weekly basis.
He
sometimes
loved the
daily.
Gemini Killer. He loved Brad
Yeah.
Dourif.
He would relate to the evil people because he thought that there was something wrong with him. Spoiler alert.
Gemini is dead.
Well,
He loved the bit.
He did repent later on.
Yeah.
But that was after he committed all those murders.
But when he was a child, you're getting to this bit, he would get sexually aroused by gore.
Oh,
So that was part of the broken crossed wires in his brain.
right.
So it comes down to, there was a whole debate of nature versus nurture. So when he was killed, he gets killed in prison, and yeah. That's the whole.
I didn't know. I didn't know whether he was dead or alive.
No. He's,
I didn't even look that up. I didn't even know if he was still alive or
that's
not.
right. This is a whole deep dive essentially.
Yeah.
So he gets killed in prison.
When
Before
did he
this-
get killed?
He gets, I think it was 1996.
Okay.
So he gets baptized. So he does counseling. He's serving 15 consecutive life sentences, which is a ridiculous sentence because, if you're not even Buddhist, you get reborn, straight to prison. 13 more times.
I mean, after that, though.
Yeah, but after, he's all good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he was not Buddhist, so the 15 life sentences was just because of the laws at the time in Milwaukee. He wasn't allowed to have to get the death penalty. But
Right.
but that changed after this entire
Allowed
ordeal.
or
No, based on the
accepted?
laws, they wouldn't say, hey, no, that's almost like an easy way out. But there was another killer at the time, John Wayne Gacy, who would I don't know much about him, but he's why people are afraid of clowns. He would drug people.
Was he the one that inspired Pennywise?
I think so. I don't know if that's factually accurate.
I don't know if it's John Wayne or if it was...
No, John Wayne is someone
Wayne.
John Wayne is someone else.
He's an actor, cowboy actor.
But John Wayne Gacy
John Wayne Gacy would
is
be the
the
one.
serial killer. So he would drug people and dress up as a clown and then just torture and kill them. So he was convicted.
Yeah, he got caught and he...
Stop with all these spoilers.
And he got the death penalty. And at the same time that he got the lethal injection was it was a lunar eclipse. They do a whole thing about it. It was one of the last episodes of the show. There's a lunar eclipse happening, and at the same time that he gets the lethal injection, Jeffrey Dahmer gets baptized and is officially a Catholic. So he's trying to repent for his sins, but it's a bit late at this point.
Well, the problem with that is you gotta really, feel
he knew what he did was wrong. That's why when he was arrested, he just told the police everything.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. You really gotta be I really feel bad. Not just say you feel bad. It's a
No. He didn't have any remorse, but he knew what he was doing was wrong.
Well,
that's why he just said, "Hey, here's what I did. I know it was wrong, but I'm not sorry."
But it seems like he doesn't have the emotional capacity to understand what he did was.
And it explores.
He doesn't feel that.
Yeah, and
Well,
it explores
no,
his psyche in the show. It's I can't stress enough how well made it is.
So even though he's smart, he's just not emotionally connected. Emotionally
Didn't seem that
Well,
smart.
no.
He got
Actually,
caught.
the whole reason why he got away with what he did was police incompetence. Like, they would dismiss, people would say the police were racist at the time because most of his victims were not
Of
white.
different
Well, no, there was
ethnicity?
Black, Asian, and
We're
one of the
in the
victims,
show at least so
Yeah.
far. It's just
Yeah, it's just so like the first guy, the hitchhiker was white, and then everyone else was not white.
right.
So people would dismiss the police's efforts because they were racist. And also, they wouldn't. There was one time where there was a 14-year-old boy who Jeffrey brought back to his house, and he wanted to turn him into a sex zombie. So the plan was to drill a hole into his head and pour acid in, not enough that like makes him brain dead, but enough that he would still function.
Was that part of the episode we were just...
No. This is that was someone else. That was like one of the failed attempts, I think. But essentially, the kid escaped, and police found him and brought him back. Oh, yeah. Fuck. And they didn't want to like. The guy Jeffrey was like, oh, he's my boyfriend. He's this, and they could see like, are you sure? Like, yeah, he's 19. But the kid was like, it was questionable. He didn't have any ID. The neighbor was very suspicious at this point, urging the police, like, hey, no, like, this is not a good guy. I've called the police on him multiple times. Nothing happened. She was a black woman.
Yeah.
So, that's why they were listening to it.
Yeah. So they brought him back to the place and didn't investigate him further.
Fuck.
Yeah. Later on, so this was at like I think the 10th or 11th kill.
Yeah.
So by the 16th, like 17th, the very last person, like they escaped, and it was the same police. They brought him back to the house. Oh, we know this guy. It's all right, but they didn't want to investigate because he's like, oh, that's gay shit. Like they didn't know what was really going on. Like they didn't want to get involved because they were homophobic to some extent, and they just eventually like they were urged on because it was a repeat visit, and Jeffrey was so fucking careless. Like, the first body he ever disposed, he was pulled over on the side of the road, and he had the trash bags in the back seat.
Oh my god!
Instead of the boot.
Yeah, and the police were like, "Oh, what's that?" It's like, "Oh, sorry, I missed the trash day, so I'm throwing these out." And they're like, "Okay, no worries, sir. Have a good day." And there's literally like a chopped up,
Like
dead,
if they
rotting
just
dead body.
checked, yeah.
Yeah, and they just dismissed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was casual about it.
Yeah.
Casual and confident about it. So it's like, yeah.
Well, no, actually, no, he was super fucking nervous because he knew he did something wrong. He knew that he could get into a lot of trouble for it, but he just got away with it. Like, there were so many times that he could have got caught. In the show, I don't know if it was like this in real life, but in the show, the smell from the rotting corpses, from what he was cooking and eating, was going through the air vents, and every single other neighbor were complaining about it. And they just, like, called the police constantly, complaining to the landlord, and every single time he had an excuse. Oh, sorry, I had a fish and it died of this tropical disease, and that's what the smell of the rotting meat. But it would happen consistently for a whole year, and nothing was done about it.
Oh, damn.
So it was a miracle that he wasn't caught early. Like, he wasn't some criminal mastermind.
No, he's just a retard.
He was just no. He was just a white guy in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it ended up being.
So it was
like,
luck. It was luck.
kind of, yeah.
He was the
But
Harry
he
Potter of
killed so
serial
many
killing.
people.
Oh, here's another thing. So the police, when the whole investigation came out, the police that brought them back, they were put on paid leave, and they got a slap on the wrist, and like that was it. So like there was a massive like community uproar from like the black community and everyone else around who were like, "Hey, this is a bad guy, and he's seemingly targeted our community and has gone, and you've just slapped the wrist of the officers. Like, what are you going to do about
And
it?"
paid them as well.
Yeah. Oh, here's another thing that gets better. So the victims, right, they sued the father of Jeffrey Dahmer because he turned the whole story into like a book, and he was selling it.
Oh shit!
So he was like now
So he's profiting
off
off
it.
his own son's murders.
Yeah. So he looked at it. So the way it's portrayed in the show is that the dad, his name's Lionel. Lionel was like, I want to like stop other parents from like, I want to like make sure they recognize the signs if they have a problem child like my own, and so that they can recognize and put a stop to it so this never happens again. But the victims saw it as, oh, his dad is profiting off our tragedies.
Yeah.
So they would sue him, and it was just, dude, like when you watch,
There would have been any way to get that out
That's a
for
win-win
free,
to
but
publish that kind of book, though. Just like, yeah, these are
Well,
the
it
warning
would have
signs.
been a popular
These are
book.
the warning signs, and you
Yeah.
get paid for your efforts.
Yeah, like the
Huh.
dude. So after he was arrested and the whole thing was publicized, like people were making comic books about Jeffrey Dahmer as some sort of anti-hero. People were writing him letters into like fangirling over him in jail, even though they knew he was gay. Like it doesn't stop. It's so fucking weird how like women just love serial killers. Like it's so common, even when they're like, no, bitch,
Well, no, it's
I'm
like
gay.
It's like Ted Bundy. That's the same.
Yeah.
That element is the same thing as Ted Bundy. Where
Yeah.
they're like, no, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. But it's
He's just got a messed up past. Like,
No, but like
still, what he did.
Yeah.
they want to
Context
be
of what
with
he
him,
did.
but he's like an evil murderer who kills people.
literally, like Jeffrey Dahmer, like he probably said this word for word. He just goes, no, bitch, I'm gay.
Probably said that. Yeah, definitely.
But like they would send him money in jail so that he could pay off the guards for things that he wanted. Yeah. And so that we've jumped around a bit on the timeline, but that covers.
But with the book
His
thing,
whole
it's
life.
like he probably should have he probably should have like given all that money to charity or something instead of, let's say, profiting off of that.
Yeah.
If he was.
Yeah. What they did is they like even the apartment building that he lived in, because he did all this out of a one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
They demolished the building, and the victims were like, "Hey, we should like build a park here to memorialize all the victims." And the city's like, "Yeah, no worries, we'll get on it." Still hasn't happened. It's been 30 years. Yeah, don't worry, guys, we'll get on it.
It's just an empty lot.
I think so, yeah. So and every single time that people make a new documentary or a new series or a new deep dive on this whole incident, it just reminds the victim. This happened 30 years ago. Our parents are older than that. They were around at our age when this happened.
Yeah,
so it's still like in relative history, it was very recent.
Yeah, it was relatively, yeah.
So,
Relatively recent.
you know, every single time something new is made, like this new media, new anything, then if they just get re-reminded of some sort of thing, you're right, your hair is falling off.
But not the right kind of hair.
Oh boy.
You deal with that, I'll keep going. And he just, every single time, just more and more reminders of this shit, and I guess that's enough. Half an hour of Jeffrey Dahmer. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go for that long.
No, it's all
good.
right.
But we covered
A lot of
his
ground.
whole. That's like that is the story
You
of
hooked
Jeffrey
me enough to
Dahmer.
watch the show.
I
Yeah.
think I will continue to watch the show.
Yeah, dude. Okay, in the show they don't really use music, so it's just like creepy
Well, yeah.
ambience.
It's
No, like
just
I
really-
noticed at least in the first episode, it's like whale noises, like
Yeah.
ocean noises.
Yeah, no, that's consistent throughout because they don't try and set
like
the scene.
creepy.
The atmosphere is that there's just like emptiness, and that it's really well done. Also, there's the episode the one where he first decides to cook like a liver or a lung. I just coincidentally happen to be eating a steak at the same time, so I'm sitting there like cooking, like cutting and eating, or watching Jeffrey Dahmer just like eat a liver, and I'm like, oh, cool, this is great.
Wow. Well, there you go. I'm like him. What?
Wow, we're so alike.
We're so alike. Wow. Well, that's good old Jeff.
Good old Jeff.
Good old Jeff.
So to close a chapter for that was the story of Jeffrey Dahmer.
Of you.
That's
Sitting right here.
All right.
His spirit embodies you right now. You know, like in The Exorcist, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like Exorcist 3, my favorite movie.
Yeah, exactly. I ordered that film.
It
It
just
That's
never
what
arrived.
didn't
you're
arrive.
watching every week.
Yeah,
Hasn't
every-
arrived yet.
Actually, I don't think I've
I
ever
mean, would have
seen.
watched it last night.
I've never seen.
I've only seen The Exorcist 1.
I think I've seen bits and pieces of
I
Exorcist.
haven't seen any of them.
Yeah,
But I want to.
They're apparently like really good movies.
yeah, I heard
Oh,
that.
at least the first one.
No,
Apparently
first,
the third one's really good. It's
first and
rewatchable.
three. First and three are meant to be really
Which
good.
is strange that the middle one is the worst.
Oh yeah, that one is meant to be like, God, like,
Just
yeah, just. Hey.
Hey, you never throw another man's mustache.
But in this instance, it's alright. Keeps falling off anyway.
you never
Yeah.
eat another man's liver.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
I can if I want to.
Better stop.
What if it gets donated to science? That's another thing. They wanted his brain to be donated to study, and eventually the verdict was that no, we got to destroy it. Like the rest of his body was
It's
cremated.
evil.
Yeah, they're kind of
Yeah.
like no evil brain. Get rid of it.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
And that is the actual close. That's the end of.
That's all
Jeffrey
covered in
Dahmer.
the show.
Yes, like it's dramatized. It's told well. It's acted very well. Everything about that show is great. And I'd recommend it to anyone who's got a strong stomach.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's
so-
me.
Yeah, it is you. Now, Speaking of things that are topical, I wanted to get into Kanye West's little rant.
Wow, good old Kanye West. I'm a big Kanye. Well, I don't know, I'm a big
Now,
Kanye fan.
at the time of
I like some
recording
of his
this,
music.
I covered this a little bit on the European Mindset podcast by Kyle and George. Check that out, and I'll be plugging shit. They'll be on the podcast.
Good old Kyle and George. We love those guys.
Yeah, they'll be on the podcast in I think about a month's time as of this recording, and we covered it a little bit there, but we're just gonna get into it more with more people who have probably slightly differing opinions.
So who's your favorite out of those two?
Don't start beef. Don't start beef like that.
So who's your favorite host on that show?
I know George better.
Yeah, I didn't know. See,
But
that's the
Kyle's a
thing.
great guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that you knew George before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't know that he showed up at
He
our house
went
once.
to ski trip with us.
Yeah, I found that out at while we were recording before as well, and I was like, oh, sick.
Sustigeno,
The local podcasters
Yeah.
coming together.
Well, because Kyle and I grew up on the same street, and we've been friends since we were kids.
And now you're doing podcasts.
Yeah.
And George and I met through Zaboto.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, we were properly introduced through Zaboto. And Nathan Sherry, he also went to our school. He was a year level below us.
We're gonna
I've
have
just
to
had
beat
one
that
paranoid
name.
thought. I just need to make sure the camera's rolling. It is.
You just elbowed the chair.
I know. I felt it. My elbow is.
Don't take
And
it out of
I'm
humanity.
assuming you
Don't
edited
take it
it.
out of humanity. No population control today.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
We'll just we'll talk more after the podcast.
Mondays are for population control.
Yeah. Speaking of population control, that's what we're going to do to the garden.
So I thought you were going to be like, speaking of population control, Kanye West.
No, that's financial control.
Yeah.
Adidas can't do shit to me next day.
Okay.
Adidas has
Listen.
ended their
All right.
partnership.
So he goes on Piers Morgan. What do you know? I've done a lot of talking. What do you know about the actual?
What do I know about Kanye West? Well, I like his music, some of it, you know.
Yeah.
He's a cool singer, you know. I like the voice.
He's more of a rapper.
He's also
Well, no, he is. He's
no,
more
he's a
of
bit
It's
of
a
both.
similar
He's a bit
thing,
of both.
right?
He's like Post Malone in the sense of like he changes up his style from time to time.
Okay, yeah, no,
but
that's
it's
fair.
mostly rap.
Yeah.
I'm not a big rap guy, but I do like his music. But
Go on, bust a rap for us.
No. I believe is
yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
I'm a scat, but when you look at the back of your Wi-Fi router, for the
What
What does this password say?
I'm having a seizure. That's my favorite rap
You ever
song.
want the Wi-Fi password? Just look up lyrics of Scatman on Genius.
That's right. But anyway,
Yeah, what happened to Kanye West and Piers
he's
Morgan?
been very mean to the Jewish community, and we have to say, well, we just have to kill him.
So he made a tweet that was like, "I'm gonna go when I wake up in the morning. I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews." Or
essentially, that's what
No,
he did.
like that was the tweet. He
I
used
mean,
the phrase DEFCON 3.
Sorry,
and Jews.
Kanye West, it's over.
Yeah,
They have the high ground.
Man, I was...
that's so fucking stupid.
The Jews have the high ground.
When you edit that, you have to zoom in on me for that one.
You're like, no.
I'm the Jedi.
You're all the Jedi? Is
I'm
that
the
what
Jedi. But
Are you all the
That poor
Jedi?
guy made so much... Yes, I am all the Jedi. I am Rey.
The poor guy,
Rey
Kanye.
Skywalker. The poor guy, yeah.
Poor guy,
Poor guy.
Kanye.
He's so poor now.
Yeah.
He went from $2 billion net worth to $400 million.
Oh,
Okay, if you
That's
lost,
bad.
listen, if you lost 1.6 billion, can you even comprehend billion? Most people can't.
I know what billion is.
Yeah, okay, you know what billion is, but like,
He's essentially dropped down to the same net worth as
me.
Black Adam.
Black Adam. That's right.
which is a setup for later. I don't know if we'll have time.
Actually, I think
Maybe.
Black Adam has more money than Kanye West now.
Maybe.
That's
probably does.
unfortunate.
Especially with all his business. Anyway, but it's not about Dwayne
No,
Johnson.
but what happened was he wanted to criticize the Jewish community, and then they used all of their might to destroy him.
Which is as actually, it's so fucking funny. If you go on
He was like the Jewish people run the media, and then they all coordinated to attack him and destroy him, and
he's
made
like,
it
hey
transparent.
guys, the Jews run the media, the Jews run the banks. Next day, social media.
Media, banks, they used
Everything
all of
just
their powers, destroyed,
gone. And I'm like, guys, hey, this
kill him.
this
That's
is
what
their
they
message
said.
to all the Jews.
Basically.
What are you doing?
What do you say?
Come on, guys. Come on. Don't make it so obvious next time.
It was like an hour-long interview, so look, I don't.
He said a
really
lot.
know. He did say a lot.
He was on a
We've got an hour.
podcast with this like Lex Friedman guy, I think.
Oh, he did.
And there was a large section on YouTube. There was a large section on the timestamp that just said Holocaust.
Oh, no. So wait, is he a Holocaust denier?
No. I don't know. I haven't gotten to that part. It was just funny that was
Yeah.
that part. But
Well, it's interesting that you want to criticize people for being in control, and then they just immediately prove that control. Like, come on, guys.
and use all of their power to destroy you.
all
Basically,
their
it's
due
like,
power.
come on, all of their
Comes from
money
there, comes
power. You're so.
Okay.
You have to beep that out.
I want to make it.
Was under their
You're gonna have to
the entire
beep this
time.
whole section.
No. I want to make it very clear that there is no hate towards any Jewish people.
It's just for comedic purposes.
We are just
Moss hates Jewish people. Well, we don't.
Well, they do have funny hats and whatnot. And the dreidel and all that, I don't know.
What's
I'm
that
not a
joke
big
from
fan.
Community? The one that Chevy Chase says. He's like,
What does he say?
he's like, oh, the Jews have it right, you know. He's like, oh, like why do they buy half a hat? You know, half the cost.
Well, there you go. True.
It saves money.
Fucking Chevy Chase. We're not talking about Chevy Chase on this podcast.
Although that'd be a good future topic about like because we spent a lot of fifth and sixth quarantine watching Community.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll get into that's actually a good topic. I'm gonna note of that.
Did you know Dan Harmon is insane?
What do you mean?
And he wants to have sex with his family.
Wait. Well, what about Dan Harmon, who's the creative
He's
Community?
a big
of Rick and Morty?
incest fan.
Okay.
Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. What do you tell?
So Rick and Morty, they're having a lot of references to incest and whatnot, and we've realized that Dan Harmon is he's a big incest fan. Basically, that's what the internet collectively has realized.
Pro incest.
You realized, or
No, that's what they've come to realize.
Sounds like someone needs to spray him with some incesticide.
But basically he's become the new like Joss Whedon, and everyone's like attacking him now, basically saying he's a bad person and all this. That's what they're saying.
All right, well, we can explore that when we go into the Community, Chevy Chase, and Dan Harmon. But for now, we want to.
And my favorite writer, Joss Whedon.
He's
my favorite writer. He's
Would you
my
say
hero.
he's competent?
Certainly.
Okay, that's it. Okay, he's competent. He's a competent writer.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, Buffy and Angel. That'd be pretty tough for any writer to do.
Oh yeah, I forgot he did that, didn't he?
Yeah.
I was thinking
that's literally 12 seasons of TV.
Okay, all right. He's competent in that.
And most
sense,
of it
then,
is good. So
there we go.
Yeah.
Now, we were why? How did we?
what were we saying?
We were saying something about Star Wars ages ago.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about Kanye West.
Kanye West, right? Yes, he got destroyed, and then
We've said that enough times. Where if we don't have anything else to add, we should move on. So any other? What do you know
it's just
about?
kind of nutty. It's just kind of crazy.
What do you know about Kanye West and the whole?
All I know is what he said, not word for word, but what he said to the the interview, the 1 hour interview. And then he went on another interview saying, I can say anti-Semitic shit and Adidas, they can't drop me. And the next day, gets dropped by Adidas. And no longer, Yeezys are no longer going to be
It's like, okay,
part of his deal.
So Kanye is bipolar. And part of, like, that's not even disputed, like, he has meds.
No, he does.
Yeah. So when he's in a sort of, like, it's common to, like, be in a manic state. I said this as well in the other podcast, but if people don't listen, I get to just repeat shit.
Yeah,
so
right.
when you're in a manic state, it has been widely documented that people will say and do outrageous shit just to get attention.
Yeah.
Now, Kanye has probably like one of the biggest audiences in the world.
Yeah, certainly.
So his crazy shit gets the most attention. Mm-hmm. Going after Jews is a controversial topic, and now
the thing is, I think we all think that I would say that free speech is
tried to Andrew Tate himself.
No, but basically, I would say
controversial shit to get attention.
But the way I see it, I don't think people should be banned for that. Frankly, I think everyone here is sort of on that side, free speech.
He has his opinion, but the problem is a company as big as Adidas. We pronounce it Adidas.
Personally, I don't think companies should be able to drop people like that unless there is like this massive backlash from people.
But that's the thing
that does affect Adidas, their bottom line.
Adidas produces so much money producing shoes.
Yeah.
Right, and sorry, they
The
rack
thing
in
is,
so
the
much
thing
money
is,
producing shoes.
I don't think they'd lose that. I don't think they'd lose that much money from
But
it. Frankly,
the
I
thing,
don't.
what they're thinking of, what the CEO of Adidas is thinking of, is this is gonna backlash on us.
No, I know. I know.
There's gonna
Did the
be
value,
a
did
down,
their stock value go down because of those statements, and that's why they dropped it? Because financially, that would have been a good decision if they were losing value in their product and their company from an ambassador
Maybe.
spouting out something that's socially unacceptable.
Maybe.
But that's what big publicly traded companies do all the time.
Yeah. That's the thing. Stock, it goes up and down all
Yeah.
the time and all this,
It's a whole complicated world that we are not privileged enough to be involved in.
But in general, I will say,
It's like if
I think he can say whatever he wants.
Specific person.
Can you guys try not to talk over each other, please? It's really...
he's
You're
talking
both-
over me.
you're
He's
both
talking
talking
over
over
me.
each
I
other.
am
Over
starting.
the entire
I'm starting,
podcast.
and then you come in and you try to finish my sentence.
And you both try to overpower each other, and it just makes for an overlap.
I start. No.
Yes,
I have not. You've been interrupting me more.
No.
Especially this current
I've
sort
barely
of. See, look, you
spoken.
just did it. You just fucking did it.
Both of you
You just did it.
You are both serial offenders.
Not true.
I've barely spoken this.
Oh, that's
entire
funny coming
podcast
from
'cause
you,
you're always
Dahmer.
talking over the top.
No. You have been interrupting me the entire time.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
Definitely.
Both of you. You're
No.
both at fault.
It's not true. I try to talk.
Yeah, and then he tries to talk over.
Then he
and you talk over, and
literally
then-
jumps
I
in.
tried
See, he
to-
just did it.
that
just
time.
did it.
That time.
That time maybe, but I try to talk.
Yeah.
Once he's finished, but then he just keeps going over the top of me.
That is true.
Well, I waited for you to be done. Wow, that's
No,
kind
you
of. That's
didn't.
kind of.
That time.
I just did. I do wait for you. I am patient.
Let's talk 5 minutes about how we talk over each other.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so
that was fun.
now that we've done a natural reset of moods and conversations, let's move on from Kanye to. Fuck, I thought it would come to me, and it didn't. Now I have to check.
I think
the notes.
Elon Musk has done something important.
He has. However, I want to save that for the next recording.
Okay, well, you could have said that.
I did. I said, actually, I did tell you in the brief.
I
before
thought that was
this-
the next topic down.
That was the last topic. There's stuff in between. I was going to ask you what you guys have been up to because we've been doing a lot of topical shit, but we haven't done anything.
Right, fine.
else.
Forget Elon Musk. Forget him.
Don't forget him. He'll be on the show next week.
1 week. But you will know. You will see
I
the
will do
conclusion
my
of that
best.
topic next week, but we won't be here.
At the very least, we will address Elon Musk,
Yes.
and then that's it. We should write him a letter for just
Certainly.
just for fun.
Okay. Can I have like 100,000? Like that's just a little bit too bad. Okay, can I just have some? Come on, please, man.
Now, to tie in
I love
everything
you,
all
mate.
together, all right? At the Halloween party, there were cowboy hats that were present, and that was thanks to Looch. Now,
Yeehaw.
how did you get these cowboy hats?
I said yeehaw. I said
Sound effects are
yeehaw.
okay. He wasn't talking over it. It added to it a little bit.
think so.
You told me there was a story that you wanted to say for the podcast about how you acquired these cowboy hats for this party scenario. Now, this is your opportunity. The floor is yours.
Well, first it started when I was on my way to work and I saw a suicidal bird.
A suicidal bird.
Yeah.
Okay, what
So
happened?
essentially, I was on the freeway, and I was allegedly leaving the site we record the podcast, not our house, which
Studio.
we do not have.
The podcast studio.
Yeah, that's
This
the one.
amazing studio.
It's a warehouse.
Yes,
We record in a warehouse. With,
we do.
with
Hello,
curtains.
hello. Yeah, that's massive. Yeah. Did I interrupt you that time?
So I was getting upset with the very slow moving traffic. So I went to merge, and I was like, I was in a pretty shitty mood because I was like running late to my train. Then I just see this bird flying across, and I'm like, does he know that there's a window that smack into the wall?
You watched a bird commit suicide.
Essentially. And I was like, no, surely he
He's
knows
like,
that. Surely
I
he knows
can't
what-
pay the
and you know-
bills.
You know in speedrunners when you throw
Smack,
an
yeah.
object at one of the characters and it just
Yeah, they toss up and spin.
that's what it happened.
That is so fucking funny.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, do you remember when you, me, and our friend that I'm not going to I almost mentioned by name, were in the car and he forgot his charger at his house, so we
Yeah,
got in the
yeah.
car like, hey, look, that's a bird, and we just like
It
straight up
exploded.
it exploded on the windshield, like
The
puff of
feathers went everywhere.
It was so funny.
That was like
It was like
I've
a
never
cartoon.
I've never done that. I've never seen that before. Like I've never actually run over a bird before. But that day we just
It happened right in front of our faces.
you know.
So that's more funny bird murder stories.
I mean, that's what they get for flying in front of. That's what they do. They'll be on that side of the road, and then they'll just like freak out because they see something coming, and they'll literally go into the path of you.
But you see, like, some birds have, like, I don't know what the sentience of birds is like.
I was probably just like there's just nothing going on.
Well, like, it's slang.
just like-
Bird brain is slang for being stupid. So
pretty much.
I guess birds are dumb.
It's just instinct,
Breaking news:
basically.
birds are dumb.
Birds are fucking stupid.
Now you know.
Then when I finally caught my train, I was able to catch my train just on time.
Yeah.
Got to work, found out there was a function. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'm working this one. So like with the building, we don't have an upstairs section, which is where the functions go. And then I just see a cowgirl and a sexy astronaut. I'm like, I think I like where this is going.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it turns out the whole function was a work Halloween dress-up function.
Wow, what
And
an
the-
original idea.
So
It was not a sex party, unfortunately.
like ours.
Yes.
But there were 4 people dressed up as Jurassic Park characters. 5. One was actually dressed as a dinosaur. There was a
Fantastic.
dinosaur. There was Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler. I think there was Ian Malcolm, and there was Dennis Nedry.
Nice.
And Alan Grant and I got to talking, because apparently he's seen all the Jurassic Park movies but never read the books. That's where I got to plug my book that I've been
That's like
working on.
everyone.
Smooth fucking segue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it involves dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So what
I was
happens
like,
in this
the
book?
Jurassic Park book is good, and I'm working on a book
But
involving
mine's
dinosaurs too.
even better.
It's like you like. No, he's adding to your story there. It's okay. It's okay.
I know. I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, you are.
Like Sadler.
Well, I just wanted to say, what did the bird bit have anything to do with this cowboy hat story?
Because I was on my way to work, and this is what happened at work.
Yeah, no, but like the bird thing doesn't have anything to do with you getting a hat. So what did that have to do with it?
Well, no, because he got the hat from.
You're just telling us about your day.
Well, yes, but he got the hat from the function.
It's not relevant. You're a bad writer. You should have started at work.
Anyway. So we got to cleaning. Once everyone fucked off at about 11 o'clock or something like that. We got to cleaning, and I saw a shit ton of costumes left behind. I saw cowboy hat. I saw the drug dealer hat.
Just like
G-string.
Literally, just yoink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a grease jacket.
Allegedly, he allegedly stole
Allegedly.
his
A
hats.
greasy jacket.
There was a grease jacket, like
and a
from the
greasy jacket.
from the movie Grease.
That's what he said.
Yeah, and I said there was also a greasy jacket.
There
That's
was
the
also
joke.
there was also a witch hat. And they left like 3 bowls of Mars bars.
You
bitch-
should have gotten
a bitch
every
hat.
hat that you could have. Like that would have been a fun hit.
Just
Should
the
have.
witch hat that I missed out on.
yeah.
Do you get the
That's
bowl of
right. Yeah,
Mars
I stole-
bars? Do you get the bowl of Mars bars?
Yeah, like I was eating them while I was closing.
You
Like,
fat- you
I
fat
would,
fuck.
I would wipe the bar top, Mars bar, wipe the chairs outside, Mars bar, wipe the tables outside.
You're just
Mars
like,
bar.
yeah, both hands
Yeah,
eating
you
Mars
need to
bars.
keep your energy up when you're closing.
That's
So
right.
like,
You're just sitting there. You're not doing anything. You're eating Mars bars.
well,
I gotta keep
I'm
my
a
energy
supervisor. My
up.
job's to supervise,
Right.
and you got to keep your energy up to keep yourself supervising the guys.
That's true. You get like the slight sugar high, and then it comes down again.
But that's
From
where the
eating a
cowboy
Mars
hat came
bar.
from.
Fantastic, and then we were able to utilize it last night.
So I made friends with a guy, and I stole his hat afterwards. That's
Amazing.
more monstrous than Jeffrey Dahmer ever could have.
What if it was? What if it was?
I agree.
What if the hat? What if the hat was like the one from Goldfinger with Oddjob, where you throw it and it's like it decapitates you?
It's like got a razor blade.
It's
at
got a
the
razor
brim,
blade
So
in
they
it.
throw it like a frisbee, and he just goes around decapitating people. It's very
Yeah.
fun. Actually, we used to play GoldenEye back in the high school days. Do you remember we had like a 4-way split screen?
Not the N64 one.
No, but it was like a
Because
remake of that.
We're not old enough for that. That's
No.
the remake.
So
GoldenEye
we used to
Reloaded.
play, that James Bond shooter, and then there was a one-shot kill when you would just throw a hat. You don't remember that?
No,
And
no, I
then,
don't
yeah.
think so.
Oh, I
You
swear.
get plays Oddjob. Yeah.
You and I played it.
Did you know the Oddjob parody in Austin Powers? What's his name? What's that character?
I
in
don't
that?
know, but I know he throws his shoe.
Yeah, he throws his shoe, but that guy went to prison for rape. That's real. That's just real life. You think he's a wholesome guy and whatnot? No, he did awful things. And he tried to say that he didn't, but then when he went into jail, he killed someone in jail as well.
If we had music playing in the background, it would have just
So
stopped.
when you're watching, when you're watching Austin Powers, just know that character is an awful person.
He's a rapist.
and
He's-
a murderer.
He's a
in
monster.
real life.
At least,
Thank
he doesn't
you, Jeff.
have cocaine in his podcast. Allegedly.
It's not cocaine.
It's sugar.
Like,
it's
like-
my sugar.
It's sugar.
The stuff I put in my coffee.
I mean, it doesn't even.
One
like,
day
it
it's gonna be
looks
real
legit.
cocaine.
Like I think from the camera angle, like.
If you support
didn't
us,
realize you
it's
made
going to be
the
real
fire
cocaine.
Hey, wait, no, that's spoilers. Spoilers.
Okay.
It's spoilers for a future episode. I'm planning some good
bleep
ones.
me up.
Yeah.
Bleep me
No. It's all good. It's all good.
Bleep me out inside.
I've
Can't wake
literally-
up. Yeah, you know.
I've recorded. I have scheduled in every single episode until like
The
February.
dawn of
16th.
time.
February 16th next
The dawn
year.
of time.
Nice.
Like, we're going to pick this up and we're going to keep fucking going and hammering in the podcast. But for now, for this hour, that's it. The podcast is done. It's over. Go home.
Can't
You're
wake
really-
up.
you're really
Wake
good
me
at
up
scheduling
inside.
this.
Can't
Like,
wake
like-
up. Wake me up and save me
the,
from the dark. Okay.
Go home. You got better things to do.
Evanescence.